everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Arkham Horror the Card Game's the Circle Undone expansion. This is the fourth expansion to, well, Arkham Horror the Card Game. And this is the first one that's come out since after I got into the game. So, as a note right up front, unlike the other ones where the Mythos packs are mixed in for the video, I can imagine you can tell from the length of this video, this is just this box. The Mythos packs will be at least one other video later, if not all 6, assuming there are 6, separate videos. Regardless, let's get inside and see this. So far, I've been really enjoying the Arkham Horror card game. It's easily my favorite version of the Arkham files from FFG, Fantasy Flight Games. Well, games that are based off of H.P. Lovecraft's work, and don't really take place in Arkham for the most part, except literally the game Arkham Horror, the board game. And technically Elder Signs, but that's not really the point. That being the dice game. Alright, so these expansions usually actually aren't a lot in them. I don't know why the boxes are this big, especially since they're flimsy boxes that can't really hold cards. Although, I've been loving the Return to expansions existing. I just wish they wouldn't take till almost 2 expansions later to release. I think the Return to Dunwich Legacy was the product released just before this one. So, we've got the rulebook, which normal size for an expansion. I've heard this one actually comes with 3 scenarios to begin with, because the first one's a prologue. Just going to check. Okay, so we've got new rules and clarifications. There are things called tarot slots, haunted, alert. There are whole prologue investigators, story cards, and Joe Hutch deck, which I believe, because I've looked up the investigators beforehand, is one of the characters basically has 2 decks. You're still restricted to deck construction rules as if you have 1, but then you split that into 2 decks. And then the expansion icon, which is a broken infinity symbol. And I'm not even going to pay attention to the rest of that is, because I don't want to spoil it for myself. Alright, so we've got the mini cards, and 3 packs of cards this time. Let's just start with mini cards real quick, and just show those off. I don't know if this looks like a lot, actually, because I think it includes the prologue characters as well. So, this is just, for those that haven't played these games before, these are your markers on the board. These are for the investigators. And while I know some of these names off the top of my head, I'm waiting till I get to the character cards. And what I do know is, with the other 5 I just showed, plus this one, are the new mainline investigators. The following 4 are for the prologue investigators, who I don't think I've seen any of these pictures before in any of the Arkham games for these 4. Alright, so now on to some cards. It's always fun figuring out what order these were printed in, because this could have all been one package, but whatever. So this looks like the place to start, because it looks like it goes from some investigator cards into the encounter, agenda, act, the actual scenario cards and bad stuff. Whoop. Well, looks like it, although I don't know where the investigators are right off the bat. So we start with some basic cards and start off stuff, although this looks like it's a lot of the... these are weaknesses and the signature cards. Those are the ones unique to the characters. We've got hypnotherapy paired with rational thoughts. Detectives Colt 1911S with unsolved case. These are signature card followed by weakness. Family inheritance mixed with lodged debts, which has a cost of 10. And that's the weakness. Twilight Blade, Dark Insight, and Terrible Secrets all together for the Reformed Cultist. I'm Done Running, mixed with Hoods, a enemy weakness. Mystifying Song and Baron Samedi, yummy, heard bad things about him. I haven't read it in detail, but I've heard some just painful stuff. But not the point. Then on to some Guardian cards, the blue ones. We've got Interrogate. There's no lamp in there. Delay the Inevitable. Yeah, it looks like boarding something up. Steadfast. Hey, skills are nice. Ace of Swords. So the tarot slot is tarot cards. And then into some Seeker stuff, being orange. Fingerprint Kit. Connect the Dots. Curiosity, being their skill. And their tarot card being Death 13. And on to Rogue, being the green cards, with well connected to begin with. Money Talks. Yes, it does, at least for these guys. And then their skill, Cunning. And their tarot card being the Moon, 18. In a hat. Then on to some Mystic cards, being purple. Deny Existence. Yeah, that sounds like something to do. It's even listed as a paradox. Eldritch Inspiration. Is this just going to be more of Delve Too Deep, or are they just delving too deep in concept alone? Then their skill is Prophecy. I think I've recently seen this image in the Arkham Horror 3rd Edition as an enemy. And Four Cups being their tarot card. Then, now for most of the Survivor cards. Track Shoes, being very fitting considering who I think the Survivor is this time. Act of Desperation. Ooh, yeah. Tentacles, tentacles, tentacles. And you're using the butt of a gun to beat them with? That just sounds bad. Then their skill, Able-Bodied. And before we get to the next pack, one copy of Five of Pentacles being their tarot card. I say before we get to the next pack because there's the other copy. So I'm just going to add that right to it. Then the only generic card being the Ace of Rods. And then we've got two new basic weaknesses. The 13th Vision and a tarot card itself. The Tower, 16. So, no idea where the investigators are. Well, let's continue. So, now we're into encounter cards. These look like the standardized sets, one of which, a Tenny Mason, is the only card of. It looks like an Eclipse Moon. Then we've got something that looks like a Wraithly figure as its icon. Being just 3 cards. I always find it silly that how small some of these sets are. Then a Whirlpool or Portal, being another 4. Then this one looks familiar, but I can't place my finger on it. I might have just seen it in the other games. And that being another 4. Then the Magic Trinity symbol, I believe it is. There we go. Being 7. A 3-pronged spear being 6. I'm not showing these off for spoiler's sake, so I'm sorry if this part's kind of lame. If you want to see these in more details, please give a comment asking. Then, what's a Town with a Crow on it? I literally thought it was a kidney or something for a second. Being 6 cards. Then, Hyena. Being 5. A Burning Circle literally looks more like the Dark Sign from Dark Souls. For 4 cards. A Broken Urn for another 4. And then for this pack, there's clearly more right here. In fact, it's the same card. I don't even know what that symbol is. I don't even know what that symbol is. It looks like a character of some sort. But, it's Arkham, Eldritch, Lovecraftian stuff. They could be characters of whatever language, and it's just entirely made up scribbles. And plus those 2, there's another 4 cards for 6. Ah, here they are. Here's the investigators. Little bit of an odd spot considering they're the low numbers placed in the middle of all this stuff. But whatever. So this is just the baseline investigators. We've got Carol Fern, the psychologist, and the signature character cards and the weaknesses, when they were displayed, were in the same order that these are. And she is a medic, and last I remember, benefits from removing horror from people. Then we've got Joe Diamond, the private investigator, and he gets a hunch deck. That was that separate deck I mentioned earlier. He ends up creating a deck of a 40-size deck, which is larger than usual by 10 cards usually. And again, with the creation rules, that doesn't count things like your basic weakness and your signature cards. And then your deck must include 11 insight cards, and you must choose 11 insight event cards from your deck, one of which must be Unsolved Case, his unique weakness, to make your hunch deck separately. Preston Fairmont, the millionaire, and a member of the Silver Twilight. Ooh, ugh. I don't want to know why and how that works, but his stats are all ones. Ooh. And he has something about family inheritance. Then we have Diana Stanley, the redeemed, not reformed, cultist. I know a certain someone in the community of this game that was really happy to see her put into it. But she is, of course, a cultist and listed as a Silver Twilight. So, redeemed. And while she's got a will of one as a mystic, she's got a mechanic that results in constantly increasing her will. Then Rita Young, the athlete, who gets some extra bonuses from evading. And I mentioned that the shoes earlier were interesting, considering she's the new survivor, because in Mansions of Madness, she got 3 points of movement when you used her for a movement instead of 2. And then Marie Lambeau, the entertainer, making it the second expansion in which we get a 6th regular investigator, although we get 10 in this in general. But this time, it's a second of one of the 5 classes, and she benefits from having Doom on her assets and cards. Alright, so then we move on to other stuff. Again, not going to be showing a lot of this because spoilers. So, unless people want me to show that later, this is all for now. Disappearance of the Twilight Estate is the prologue. Huh. So here's the base card. It's only got 1 token on it. And the effect's not that much different on easy/standard versus hard/expert. Judgment 20. But the point is, here's the agenda deck, here's the act, single card each, and then we've got the 4 investigators who don't have decks. They have setup, starting play area, opening hand, so it looks like you grab a bunch of cards and build them ready to go. Interesting, but whatever. We've got Gavarelia, Ms. Ra, horrible pronouncing names even in English, the private secretary, she's a veteran, Jerome Davis, assistant, Silver Twilight, Joseph's secretary, Valentino Rivas, wealthy philanthropist, also Silver Twilight, and socialite, and Penny White, Joseph's housekeeper, assistant. That's it for that one. The rest go into the actual normal stuff. We've got the Witching Hour, which has that same icon of that encounter card that there was only 1 of, so I don't know why it wasn't included here, but oh well. So, base card, 2 agendas, and 4 act cards, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations, all of which listed as the Witch-Haunted Woods, at least on the front. Then on to the next scenario, at Death's Door. It's like a door icon with tentacles or shadows coming out from underneath it, with 2 agendas. Agendas are the bad thing, acts are the good thing, usually. And 3 acts. Oh boy, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 location cards. I don't even know if some of these are... Yeah, these all have different names. Nope. Okay, I see it now. It looks like it is 2 different sets amongst most of them, except for the first 2. So it could be either or, could be anything. Could be multiple difference. Never be surprised if a mansion in the 1920s having 2 trophy rooms, and then 1 card for something else of the set. Alright everyone, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy, please share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as if you want to hear my thoughts on any of these cards, you want to see things in more detail, or you want me to start doing lore or deck construction videos and anything else that I can do with this game, because I really love this game. I just wish I had more time to play it. It's up there with Kingdom Death, honestly. But this one takes a little bit more time to set up and get around to, even though it takes a lot less time to play. And if you want to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, more board game overview videos, which again I could start doing for this, or my painting videos, which I try to do for the Mansions of Madness figures, and anything else that I do on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.